Welcome back, Hack Slap Slash. It's your boy Hacky. This guy right here,
Just Justin, what is up, everybody?
forever the minimum of a 3 second pause whenever I introduce you. It's okay. We like delayed reactions. One reaction I like to get is those scary campfire feel vibes. And that's what Marshmallow brings to the table. What say you, Justin?
What say you, Justin? Well, this has nothing to do with the podcast at all, but I just want to throw this out there. I gotta use guitar for sale. Nope, I gotta use. Oh shit, this has.
This
Um,
has been a public service announcement to rehearse your dad jokes before you use them.
Please edit that and make
Nope,
me.
this is
Oh my
staying
God!
all in there.
So everyone, this has nothing to do with anything. I just want to let you guys know that I got a broken guitar for sale, no strings attached.
You're killing me, Justin. That was good, but it took you like four roads and a left turn to get there.
Yeah, that was rough. I apologize, everyone, for
All
that.
right, well, let's dive into this. We're talking Marshmallow from 2025, a Shutter exclusive. And my expectations actually going into this were very tamed. I was expecting a nice campfire treat. The cover artwork is actually what caught my eye and wanting to watch this. Yes, right behind Justin, if you're watching on YouTube. I love that creepy campfire sci-fi artwork. It feels like something that was just teleported to 2025 to give me reminiscence of picking out a VHS at Blockbuster from my childhood. Justin, how did you feel going into this? Did you know anything about it?
No, I knew it had some traction when it got going. I tried to avoid it because I figured we would probably cover it one time because like I said, all I knew it was supposed to be a campfire slasher. So I tried my best to not hear anything about it because I figured I'm like, you know what? I know we both love those kind of movies, so I figured we'd get to it. So I went in very blind, just knowing it was like a slasher. That's all I know.
That's the best way to go into these movies because sometimes you get things you don't expect. And just like this movie, I've got what a way to open it because Morgan has this insane dream where he's basically hemorrhaging water from his gut. And the next morning, he's still having trouble making friends. Personally, I just think the way this movie kickstarts, it shows Morgan as kind of like a shy, sheltered little boy who's having these night terrors, and the kids across the street are just straight dickheads. And if you ask me, they aren't friend worthy at all. The whole group, like the whole family, with like moving along pretty quick. The whole family's sitting down, they're having dinner, they're trying to talk up summer camp. They think it's going to be good for Morgan. And Grandpa Loki is a G because Roy
Hmm.
even looks at him. He's like, yo, I done what you did. He's like, it's not that big. It'll be fun. And he hands him a Swiss Army knife. And I'm pretty sure this kid was like, holy shit, Gramps, that's fucking awesome.
That's
But I
awesome. Let's
mean,
go.
clearly he doesn't say that because he's a well-behaved kid. And right then and there, you feel like emotions are starting to take a turn. Things are starting to look up for Morgan, and his fucking grandfather suffers a fatal heart attack. Holy shit, Batman! What
Yeah,
the fuck is going on? This
and
kid's
also just
life just is just getting worse by the
yeah,
second.
yeah, just to touch on that real fast because like my notes move wicked fast for this movie too. Just the thing that opening scene when you just say like nightmare and stuff, I like what was it like? His bedroom was flooding. He had like a blowhole, like an open wound, like shooting out water. There was
That
like
felt like a scene out of a nightmare, like on Elm Street, where it's just gushing the blood out of his guts.
it was disgusting and it made me feel so uneasy. I was like, what the hell are we actually watching? But wow, yeah, keep going.
Keep going. Um, yeah. Let's talk about how douchebag his parents are because instead of letting this kid mourn and just be in his own little like world of isolation and just mourn the loss of his grandpa, who was clearly his best friend, they're like, nah, you're still going to summer camp. We need the summer off from you.
You're
Go home.
off.
Like, see you later. We get to camp time now, and we all know these camp counselors, Justin. We meet every single one of them. They have every style from every across every genre. We start seeing like that these kids, all these counselors would not last a weekend in Camp Crystal Lake. Let's just be honest right off the rip.
Oh yeah,
Because
very stereotypical. I wrote the same thing. Like, and then I wrote copy and paste, like all the typical counselors.
yeah, we meet this dude. I think they call him Cass, but his name in the credits is like Cass War. You can't miss him. He very clearly does not own a t-shirt. And as the kids are starting to arrive, they, segregate them to like, you got to go to this cabin. You're this number. Here's your team shirt. Here's your team color. That's how we're going to differentiate. No originality at all. They don't even give these kids camp names like hawks, dragons, fireflies, nothing. They're just like, you're green, you're red. See you later.
Yep, get out of here.
Morgan links up with some friends and he starts to fit right in with this kid named Dirk and this chick named Pilar. We also see Morgan is absolutely petrified of water. And this is very clearly has something to do with his night terrors. And it doesn't help that his cuck of a cousin CJ tripped his ass mid panic attack and like just embarrassed him in front of everyone when this kid is clearly embarrassed about backing out of going into the water and pretty much running away from his fears. I felt so bad for Morgan. And we're like 15 minutes into this movie.
Yeah, it's clearly they drive home the point that this kid is picked on and everything. And I also want to say, like, after the camp counselors, we meet like the director, and I literally wrote, "Holy shit, this is like a Super Trooper dude." Like, did you
Mm-hmm.
recognize that guy right away? The second I saw him, I'm like, "No way, this is one of the Broken Lizard guys." Is like
Yep.
I got so excited when I saw that. I was like, "Let's go
I
home."
still need to watch Super Troopers, the new one.
The part two? What do
I
you mean
think
the
it's
new one?
part three's coming out.
Yeah, I heard it's coming out. Have you seen part two?
I have seen part two.
All right, well, I
Doesn't
love
hold
it.
a candle to part one, but I love them both.
Yeah, same. All right, but anyway,
All right,
where
so
are we?
everyone settled down, just like me and Justin talking about Super Troopers, and it is campfire and hot chocolate time. They decide they're going to tell some spooky stories, and one of these stories is a frightening story of a doctor, a legend of the camp, who by day would save lives, but by night he would create monsters, and these monsters would just go around and cause all kinds of mayhem. And this doctor, just nonstop in his obsessive whatever he had going on, would snatch kids up for his experiments, turning them into the monsters of the night. And the legend goes that if you stay up late enough, you just might see him wandering the woods looking to finish his work. And Caspar out of nowhere comes out and scares the shit out of every kid in there. Next thing you know, they're all going to bed. It's a night. It's a wrap. The first official night of camp is not successful. I mean, it's a success if you think of like everyone being alive and making it
Right.
to bed. But other than that, it's not very successful because this kid has been tortured since he
Yeah,
got there.
dude, what a rough go. And can we talk about him like having to go to the bathroom? Because my God, this kid goes out to the bathrooms. And once again, we're in like beginning scene. Like this kid, like it's like a flashback, almost like the opening scene. But this time, like the grandpa, you see grandpa, he's at like a table and holy shit, like the flood, like once again, everything is freaking flooding. So it's clearly is giving you something like something with water. All I know is like clearly something insane happened with water because it's absolutely insane. And he goes outside. He kind of is like fighting through like these night terrors or whatever you want to call it. And he goes outside and he actually thinks he sees a doctor. I think he does see it. He sees someone with like the headlamp. And he is like, oh my God. He runs in. He wakes up everyone. He's like, this is terrifying. He goes in there and the camp counselors, he actually is with all the counselors, and they're like, "Hey, like the story's fake. Like it's okay. Like we read your files too. We see your files say you have nightmares. So like it's okay. Like it's everything's fine."
I
They go
love how
back.
you completely skip the part where he runs into the cabin and that dude Cass is like balls deep in one of the other counselors and
Oh
he's all
yeah,
pissed off because he interrupted his
yeah. He runs it. He was very pissed off. You could tell he was so angry to go there. He's like, "Oh fuck, God, I guess I'm gonna get back there," and you see, and he also tells him like CJ, he's having a tough time rooming with this kid too, because CJ is an absolute dick. I hate this kid so friggin' much. But we see Franklin seems like a really cool guy. He checks on Morgan, and we see the next day. And holy shit, dude! Because CJ is like you see him Morgan with all his friends and stuff. He like Sean said, he has a group of friends, so they're like good for him.
not just
But
like a group of friends. I feel some like heavy chemistry happening between him and Pilar. Like
Yeah.
I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like Pilar's making moves on him, and Morgan just has no idea what to do.
Yeah, he's that kid's so innocent. He has no clue what's going on. And Pilar seems wicked awesome.
She's like, "You're beautiful. You have nice eyes," and he's like, "I like Legos."
Yeah, I like Legos. You want to go do this? And then, but then CJ's like, "Hey Morgan, like you want to talk? Like, I think we got off to the like on the wrong foot." And I'm like, "Oh shit! Like let's go. Like, all right, this is gonna be good." He walks him off to the side, and when no one's around, and dude, he throws him into the friggin' water. I mean, this kid is like, I'm talking like almost drowning, like Friday the 13th thing. And then when Morgan's friend runs over, he not only gets punched in the face by him, he gets thrown down, and I'm talking like punched in the
Dude,
face like
I thought he
25.
was gonna murder Raj.
Yes. I was gonna say, Raj, this isn't even just like punch. I mean, there's supposed to be an unwritten rule. Like, if you start winning in a fight and you knock the guy a few times, you stop. This guy got
No,
punched like 25 times
this
to the
dude was
point.
trying to make him into hamburger meat.
Yeah, like I was like this made me feel so uneasy to the point where Morgan gets saved by friggin' chest compressions and stuff. They saved this dude. And same thing with Raj. I mean, he gets brought to the nurse. Dude's nose is all busted up. Like,
Dude, my
holy
notes for this set of scene was literally if no one intervenes with CJ right now, this kid is easily looking at assault and murder at a minimum.
Oh, I had a lot of questions. I'm like, please tell me this kid, like, what is going to happen? Because, like, holy shit, this kid needs to get sent out. Because that was attempted murder on two charges. And we see, no, it just all of a sudden, like, you see Morgan's back at, like, the cabin by himself and stuff. I'm like, what the shit? And we see Mr. Super Trooper guy. The director brings them, like, a cup of cocoa. And, I mean, his friends do check on him and everything. But I'm just like, dude, like, there has to be more than this. Like, and once again, we got an insane vision. He goes right back to night tower stuff, and this starting to get creepier and weirder. You see, the grandpa's there again. There's water. The grandpa's like laughing at like a table, like, and he's saying something like over and over again. Starts vomiting. I'm just like, what the shit
Can
is
can
going
I
on?
float this out there real quick?
Yeah.
The grandfather Roy, he's played by Corbin Burnson.
Okay.
This dude would make one hell of a Freddy Krueger.
Oh, dude,
Just
yeah,
based
dude,
off of
because
this fucking dream, holy shit, he would
dude,
make
the
a
scene. Oh,
fantastic
yeah, I
Krueger.
had chills. And he's like saying something and he's laughing like crazy. And then we get the vomit, like absolutely crazy. But once again, Morgan, he's powering through whatever you want to call these vision stuff. And starts walking to a cabin. He sees like
I
a
can't tell
flash.
if he's awake or asleep right now.
So I wrote that too. So I'm like, I don't know if this was a dream because like he's walking outside. There's no one else around. There's a cabin with a flashing light on, but like there's like no one else around it. And I literally wrote, this is dreamlike, very scary room. But and then all of a sudden, like I'm like, is this the doctor's room? And you see CJ is cut open, and it looks like experiments are being put on him. And as Sean still said, I don't know what's happening right now. I have no clue. You see other bodies are there, and the doctor starts coming for him, but he ends up stabbing. He stabs the doctor in the foot with the knife, and he just friggin' runs. He wakes up his three friends, and we see the doctor has I don't know, electric like cattle prod,
I got
electric.
it down as a cattle prod too, because like you said, he Morgan takes off and he runs to his friends for help, and the doctor is right behind Raj, who is fed up with Morgan's bullshit, and he's like, "Listen, man, you're gonna act like this. I don't even want to be a friend. Like I've had enough. I just look at my damn face, man. Look
Yeah,
at my face. It fucking hurt me, man. I'm never gonna look the same and shit. I can't
right.
see out my eye when I
Oh,
jerk off. I grab my left nut by mistake because my depth perception is
oh
all
my,
off. I'm
it's the
just kidding. He
worst.
didn't say none of that. But dude, while Raj is like, dude, get your shit together, the doctor shows up behind him and just cattle prods his ass right in the neck, and he's out cold. The counselors, everyone's going nuts because the kids are fucking screaming. Everyone's waking up, seeing the
Chaos,
shit going on. I think one of the
absolute chaos.
counselors calls this a code Bronco Butler.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they start herding all the campers into the mess hall for safety while Sam, Dirk, Morgan are all trying to escape. The doctor actually almost grabs Sam, but the boys actually do get away. They make it to Pilar's cabin, and now Pilar and Caroline have joined the boys in trying to survive the doctor. They decide, hey, let's take shelter in this boathouse where they can regroup, maybe come up with some kind of like a game plan, see what's going on. Because, definitely not going into the mess hall with like 910 other people is a horrible idea. I mean, it's a lot easier to get killed in these situations when you're by yourself. I'm
mm.
just saying. Maybe, go with the group. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like horror rule number 96. Just stick
Hmm.
with the group.
Yep.
Yeah. Kaz shows up at the boathouse with a bat. All these kids are like, I don't fucking trust him regardless. Sam does come out of hiding though, and the doctor shows up. And it looks like Kaz is ready to square up with this doctor and like protect all these kids. And then we find out that the doctor and the counselors, unfortunately, are working together. And holy
Oh,
shit, they're all in on it. It's not just one or two of them, they're all in on this. And the doctor shows up to the mess hall now, and it's easy pickings for him because the counselors have herded all these campers in the one spot. There's literally just unconscious campers all over this fucking campground right now. I'm talking like laying in the woods, paths, out by the boats, in the mess hall, in bunk beds. Like it looks like these kids were all running around midday having a blast, and someone set off just a giant sleeping gas grenade, and they all
yeah.
just passed out
This is
instantly.
like they all like that cult. Like they all drank the Kool-Aid, and like I literally wrote like, are they? I wrote, I don't know if these kids are dead, asleep, in a trance. Like still have no clue what the hell's going on.
They're all like kind of at odds with each other. One wants to go one way, one wants to go the other in this little group. They're fighting over like getting in a boat and going across a lake and shit. Unfortunately, in this sprint away from the doctor, though, we see Caroline. She actually falls down a hill while running away, and she gets a gnarly stick just absolutely through her leg, which I thought should have incapacitated her. And then we split to the boys and Pilar, who find Counselor Franklin. And for some reason, they still trust this dude. All the counselors are in on it. Why? Oh, and we jump right back to Caroline, who makes it to the street and actually flags down a cop. I'm
Let's
like, holy fuck.
go. Let's
I
go.
cried like a baby for 3 days when I sprained my ankle on a pine tree. This lady just got a spruce tree through the goddamn shins, and she's running through the woods past grandmother's house, go find a cop, and let's go. Then we jump back. There's a lot of bouncing back and forth right now because it is absolute mayhem in the storyline. But we see the boys are taking shelter in the main office with a code they got from Franklin, and they try to use the phone to call for help. It doesn't work. Nothing's working. And while they're still trying to figure some shit out, Morgan actually finds files on all the campers. Kaz comes into the office to get these campers now. I'm talking, this man doesn't just walk into the office. He beats the shit out of this door, relating it to, you ever heard, what's he call him? Doink. He's like, Doink, you ever heard the story of the three little
Mhm.
pigs? Well, I'm going to huff and puff and blow this door down, and then I'm going to beat the shit out of you if you don't let me in. And just before he uses all his strength to go through, Dirk just opens the door. This man charges it
Did love
and
that.
runs straight through it. And this like basically knocks him out cold. And he gets up and he calls, what does Dirk call him? He's like, yeah, joke's on you, shit for breath or shit breath or something like that. But victory is very shortly lived because Rachel sneaks up behind him and she shocks his ass unconscious, only to have the cop show up at the same time. And it looks like Rachel's like, oh, fuck, how am I going to explain this? Right?
Oh yeah, I was
Nah, she
thinking that.
walks
Yeah.
out and the fucking cop's in it on it too. Are you kidding me
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah,
She
they
takes
instantly
Caroline out of the back of the fucking cruiser and they shock her ass.
right away. And then they're like, what do they say? Like, I'll keep talking about, they say like initiate rollback protocol. And the
Yeah,
cops like, you gotta get
initiate
your shit
rollback
together. She's
protocol.
like, there's still two kids out there. Like, what the hell does that even mean? What does it mean?
It means there's a bunch of white vans on the property now and they all start showing up. And like some of the only kids that are left right now are Pilar and Morgan.
Yeah.
And they're still in the office hiding, smartly, I might add, because they don't make a fucking sound when all this happens. So they think only Dirk was in there. So they got Dirk. Pilar and Morgan, they start digging through these files and they discover, bro, every camper is dead.
Yeah, there's like death on like because they
Yeah,
say like
they
the date of
realize
birth
what
and then
what
there's
they're like. There's
DOD.
DOB and DOD. He's like, I understand DOB is date of birth, and he's like, but does this mean like date of death? And when it clicks, all these fucking night terrors of Morgan almost drowning, we get like a little flashback and we realize this wasn't him almost drowning. Bro, he did drown. He fucking
Hmm.
died. And even CJ was like was dead at one point. And one of his side effects in the chart is like severe regression.
Hmm.
And I'm absolutely flabbergasted right now. I was not I was like I was all right with the turn where everyone's in on it and they're all working together. I thought maybe like the doctor's a true story and it's just fucked up what they do.
That's kind of what I thought too.
But I was not expecting this kind of a turn.
No, like we had a turn and then another turn, a turn on a damn turn. And you see like the counselors and the director, they're like kind of like you said, they're panicking, they're arguing. They're like, "What did you not sedate the Coco?" And you're like, "Oh shit, all right." And you see like the director is the one that
She
operates
does
on.
toss it out there though. She's like, the fucking, what do you mean sedate them? The Coco's to get them to go to sleep, not keep
Yeah.
them asleep, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, they're like bickering and everything. Like we've worked together for this long or whatever. So you tell, I'm like, they're like coworkers. Like this is like crazy. You see, like director is the one that operates on people, and then you see the kids run in when they have the electric shock thing, and you see them ask right away. They're like, "Are we dead?" You can tell they're trying to process so much stuff, like what's happening, and you see like the turns out they're like, "Yeah, he like you died last year." And oh my God, what's the name of the guy? One of the guys telling them all. I think,
Colin, he's like, I lost my son back in '09, and ever
yeah.
since then, he's devoted his life to this certain type of technology
Technology,
to
yep.
bring the kids back. Not necessarily bring them physically back, but bring back some kind of a being with their thoughts and
With the
memories.
thoughts and everything. And you see Franklin going over to them all, talking back to them and t telling them everything. Like, look at this is like the rollback, like talking about like how they have scientists. They're gonna all come and like wipe the memory from the last 24 hours. And basically like, yeah, here at camp we tweak some stuff. It's kind of like you come here, it's like you're being repaired. They're working on the technology, working on any kinks or anything like that. And he basically says, like, you look, you both have a choice now. It's like, do you want to forget all this or do you want to see what comes next? And you have like a montage of like the song Wonderful World playing in the background, and you see all the kids are kids again. You see like the next day happening, like everyone is back. It's back at camp. Everything is good. And you see like Morgan looking like you see he like remembers, and you see the director. Unfortunately, he's on a call and he's talking and everything. He's like, yeah, yeah, it's done and whatever. And the guy's like, no, like this program is glitching. They are becoming hostile. And everything's starting to click. I'm like, oh my God, like you see all of a sudden this girl and you see like chaos happening and you see like blood everywhere and you see this girl comes into his office with a friggin' she's holding like a giant butcher knife.
I'm pretty sure that's Pilar.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry, I shouldn't even call it
I
this kid. It's
think, I
one of
don't
the main.
know.
I wasn't
She was
sure
covered
either.
in blood and I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. But this girl, she charges him with the butcher knife, and it ends. And as it dies, we see there's just dead bodies all near the lake, like everything. And then holy shit, boom, it's just over.
Yeah, dude, I love the way this movie ended. It leaves you on a cliff, like not a cliffhanger, but like a I need more type of
Yeah.
hanger. And I love how at the very end of this movie, we got hit in the face with the very synthy Stranger Things sounding end credit.
hmm
I thought that was a very nice touch. But
I thought the ending was cool. I definitely have some thoughts on the whole movie as a whole, but I thought the end was cool.
all right, so the storytelling, in my opinion, is encapsulating. I found myself very drawn to the character of Morgan and even all his friends. Dirk and Pilar are fantastic supporting characters. I love the camera work throughout this movie and the way they switch up the intensity and the style of filming when it comes to his nightmares and the shots with the doctor. It does keep you invested. I do like the score is very modern with hints of classical 80s synth mixed in. The setting of the camp, what do they call it? Camp Almar
Yeah,
gives
yep.
you those old school vibes, and I really enjoyed that. This movie is not terrifying by any means. It's not on the edge of your seat, heart pounding and nightmare inducing, although his night terror scenes are top notch. This movie is a great watch. Everything from the cover art to the closing credits had me hooked. This horror turned thriller turned sci-fi and goosebumpy and feeling movie is going to get a solid 8.1 from me. And I do hope we get a sequel because I want to see more campgrounds.
All right. We're a
Doesn't
little
have to
different.
be the same storyline, but I do want to see more campgrounds.
All right. We're definitely a little different on this one. I did not love this one. I wrote, it's fine, and I can't pinpoint exactly why I couldn't get into it, but I also didn't really love any of the characters. I when I did see Morgan with his friends, I liked the friends. I do agree there was some
I
chemistry.
wasn't a big fan of Morgan alone, so I will
That's the
give you
thing.
that.
I couldn't get like that's the thing that sucked. Like I
As the
could
group, I loved it.
in the group I loved it, but I don't think there was enough of it to make me care. So I honestly didn't really love any of the characters. I thought the badass idea. I love like the interesting twist. I love the first twist. The second twist got kind of weird and sci-fi. I just didn't love it. And I wrote the more I actually even write about this, I like it less. Even though I thought it was a badass idea, and like I said, I think it's a decent watch. But and some of the camera work were in the night terrors. I agree with you. Like the night tower work, wicked creepy, badass. But overall, I just didn't find any of the characters interesting, and it was just got kind of weird. And I give this a 6 out of 10.
Oh, you bitch.
Yeah, just did not. I did not. I kind of never want to watch it again. And like I said, it's just okay.
All right, I got a 5.7 on IMDb and an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I'm gonna have to say IMDb's pretty nailed it on that one from me. 5.7. Let's
You son
go.
of a bitch.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We got a tagline of question everything.
This was directed by Daniel Del Purgatorio. I can't say that name to save my life. And it was written by a guy named Andy, who I also can't say. I think it's Greskoviak.
Dear God, I
Either
apologize to
I
both of them
murdered
if
the
we
shit out of both those last names. I'm sorry, but if it's any consolation, my name's Sean. It's spelled Sean, and I've been called Scene more times than I can count.
both my kids ask me why when they watch our podcast on it, they want to know why your name says scene underneath. And then they told me to let you know that your name is spelt wrong. So there
Because
you
I'm a
go.
scene stealer girl.
There we go. Dear God. All right. This was filmed in 2023 in Kentucky.
And it was released in April of 2025. And
And in
oh no, go
2020,
ahead.
oh,
Go
and
ahead.
in 2026, we just got announced that there is going to be a sequel.
Yes, we are. It's going to be directed by Daniel and actors Kurt Lawrence, Kai Sheck, Max Malice, and Dylan Friedman are all returning. And if you have no idea who they are, because there is a lot of lesser known actors and actresses in this movie, in that order, it is Morgan, Pilar, Dirk, and Sam.
Let's go. The gang's all
Oh, yeah.
back together.
Until then, Hackstab Slash, gear up for this next podcast that comes out after this because you're going to need some weapons.
Let's go.
Later. You don't want to say bye, Justin?
Oh, shit. My bad. Peace. Have the best day ever.